This boma is a giant V-shaped enclosure, up to 5 football fields in length. It is used to funnel a herd of animals into a corral or onto a truck. The wind must be blowing into the mouth of the boma. Otherwise, the animals will smell the presence of humans and avoid entering the enclosure altogether.
This is the first time I'm involved in setting up a boma like this, and I'm surprised by how much work is involved. It's the Kalahari. It's a desert. It's arid. It's really sandy. There's no shade anywhere. It's hard work. It's really heavy, heavy work.
This type of boma will take an entire day to build. Dozens of poles must first be pounded into the ground.
Next one.
And then anchored by railway ties, buried deep in the orange sand. Finally, plastic curtains, which serve as the walls of the enclosure, are hung from the frame. While the crew completes the building of the boma, helicopter pilot Pete Otto spots a herd of wildebeest.
Yeah, they're in the riverbed going south. I don't know, they've probably run out on the eastern side.
As the helicopter drives the wildebeest into the boma, long curtains are pulled closed one after another, preventing the herd from running away. From here, the animals will be guided onto a waiting truck.
The boma is huge, and just the mouth is 200 meters across, and it's even deeper than that. It's probably 500 meters deep. It's huge, and we built it in a day.
The boma is strategically built on the downside of a hill. This way, the animals cannot see the enclosure until they are already inside.
You can't do this type of capture without a helicopter. You have to have a helicopter to drive these animals into the boma.
It is the noise and position of the helicopter that shepherds the wildebeest inside.
Because I'm both inexperienced and I'm a woman, I've been asked to sit out the first one. I'd really, really like to be in there. I'm not that concerned about the danger. I want to be running one of those curtains because it seems to me that that's where the excitement is.
As Pete steers the helicopter closer, Jorge and the team are hidden in the curtains, wondering whether the herd will make the crucial turn into the mouth of the boma.
When the group is getting near to the boma, you can feel the ground shaking and the smell of the air of these animals.
Timing is critical. If the first curtain is not closed at the precise moment, the crew will lose the entire herd. The wildebeest have been trapped in the final compartment of the boma. Captures are stressful for all animals, sometimes even fatal. So wildlife professionals have learned to do everything they can to minimize the stress. The team will let the wildebeest rest before urging them onto the truck.
The curtains act as a barrier. Once they're closed, those animals are caught. Even though physically they could probably get through them, they won't. It's just a psychological barrier to them.
The last step in this capture is to get the wildebeest out of the holding area and onto the truck. To do this, the crew uses a handheld curtain to guide the animals on board.
Once the curtains are closed, you can't see anything. You can't see the action at all. And that's not Jorge's style. He wants to be where the action is. This is why he's here. No one's told him not to, so he goes and grabs a curtain.
I'm going to help them to get the whole group into the truck, but I'm not really sure it's going to work because with wild animals, you never know.
The wildebeest have been pressed aboard the truck. The problem is the crew was so successful that they have caught more animals than the transport vehicle can handle. A group of wildebeest must wait for the second vehicle to pull into place. Each wildebeest weighs between 200 and 250 kilograms. There are 19 wildebeest left in the enclosure. There is nothing but a plastic curtain separating our team from almost 6 tons of frightened wild animal.
They're big. I mean, they weigh a lot more than people do. They have weapons, they have horns, they have hooves, and when they think they're fighting for their lives, they can be very dangerous.
The second truck pulls into position. The crew is now faced with the difficult task of getting these increasingly agitated animals onto the transport vehicle.
There's a wind. The wind is blowing. And now this curtain they're holding, the wind is blowing it up. And this is bad because it's a psychological barrier. It's supposed to look like a solid wall to these animals, but it's blowing. They can see under it, they can see over it.
Call it instinct or intelligence. Animals in a confined space will always try to find a way out. Like a game of...
I couldn't tell if people were getting hurt or not, but I just kept thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
I was up on the hill so I could see everything, and I saw the wildebeest not wanting to be herded, and they had the curtain up and they were pushing it, and suddenly one just decided, the hell with this, and came through the curtain, and they all followed, and it was just like a steeplechase over all of the curtains, and several people got jumped over. I don't think anybody actually got hit, but it was pretty exciting.
Like a game of follow the leader, the wildebeest break free from the boma in the wake of the first beast.